Hello, welcome back to Motorshed. I'm Steve Fox, and today is just going to be a short video. We are going to discuss the demise of the diesel engine, our country's once most popular method of propulsion, today looks down upon and far less desirable.
What happened to the diesel, and will it ever return to past glory? And more importantly, should you buy a diesel in 2019?
Today's video is mainly meant to be thought-provoking, so please comment below with your opinion on the matter. How do you see diesel engines fitting in leading up to 2020? Would you buy one today, new or used? Let me know. Comment below. So let's go back to when the diesel engine started to become popular in the UK, the turn of the new millennium.
So no longer was the diesel engine reserved for vans, taxis and tractors. Now you could get one in your brand new Mondeo. And as well as getting more miles out of your tank, as soon as the invention of the turbo diesel came along, you got way more. Now you got a kick in the backside as well.
The diesel engine was well on its way to becoming the salesman's best friend. And by 2013-2014, diesels accounted for more than half of all cars sold in the UK, with used car prices on diesels holding better than the equivalent petrols. Then came the emissions scandal of 2015, and all of a sudden people's opinion on diesels changed. Now considered dirty and polluting, the public once again turned to the petrol engine. There were nearly 2.4 million new car registrations in 2018, 6.8% down on 2017, but we're not looking at overall car sales here. We're looking specifically at diesel engines. So we know the heyday was 2013-2014, but just 4 years later and we've seen a 30% decrease. Figures are not available yet for 2018, but expect that diesels now equate to around 30% of new car sales. This follows a 21-month consecutive decline in diesel sales, so it seems the demise of the diesel has gained traction and sees no sign of letting up. Over the same period, petrol sales were 9% higher and electric and hybrid sales increased by 21%. That's huge and worth a video all on its own, so we'll revisit that later in the year. So what are my expectations for diesels in the coming years? Summed up, expect diesel sales to continue plummeting. We are down on the diesel and it's unlikely to change now, especially with the increase in electric vehicles as an alternative and more fuel efficient petrol engines too. The sale of petrol and diesel engines will be banned from 2040 in the UK, probably, so the market will surely be working towards that. Some manufacturers have already cut diesels from their range. Porsche, for example, no longer produce a diesel engine in any of their cars. I always thought diesel in a Porsche was wrong anyway, so that's probably a good thing. In the very recent past, you would have paid a premium to have the diesel model in a manufacturer's range, as used models held stronger for diesels due to efficiency and demand. So now the tide has turned, expect diesels to become cheaper than the equivalent petrol model in the used market, and you can probably expect deals to be had on new cars too. As a result, buying a diesel in 2019 is likely to be far less expensive than ever before. So you might be able to grab yourself a bargain.
So should you buy a diesel in 2019? I say why not? We're over 20 years away from the ban on diesel and petrol cars, so there's absolutely no reason not to continue buying diesels. They are getting a bit greener as well than they have been in recent years, with manufacturers no longer getting away with fudging the figures. The bottom line is the diesel engine still returns the most bang for your buck. You get more miles out of your tank in a diesel than the equivalent electric or petrol engine.
Otherwise, the small capacity petrol engines have come a long way since the 90s and noughties. So where once you'd have been a laughingstock for driving a car with a 1 litre engine, today you can expect a lot more performance from your single litre capacity engine. Economy has improved too, so never has the petrol engine been a more enticing prospect. So is it time to buy an electric vehicle? Again, in my opinion, I've got to say no. Not because EVs aren't good enough yet, far from it, but I just feel the government has been pushing manufacturers to produce greener cars, but the country simply isn't ready for them in a big way. I myself certainly won't be buying an electric car within the next 5 years. I currently own a diesel, it's fantastic, so shall I buy another? Probably yes, but I've got to be honest, I hanker for the throb of a V8 engine, so I'll probably get myself one of those soon. Waste some petrol while I can. Let me know what you think. Please comment below and we can have a discussion. Are your views in line with mine, or do you think I'm talking absolute? Let me know. Bye for now.